What's up, everybody? How we doing? First off, we have so much to talk about. First and foremost, I have a little bit left of my food. I'm going to just finish this. But, a lot to talk about. First off, Nadu's banned. That's it. That's what we got to say. And I will say, I will love to talk about post-Nadu meta. A lot of cool decks. Obviously, we're going to see some cool stuff tonight. But I don't want to talk about the Nadu banning, just because I'm kind of exhausted about Nadu itself being banned. So, we can talk about the cool new decks. We can talk about just a lot of stuff like that, right? What breakfast looks like now. But I don't want to talk about Nadu getting banned. If for some reason, and I don't think this will happen because you guys are normally pretty cool, but if for some reason somebody keeps asking about the Nadu banning, I've prepared a slide. Took me 30 seconds on meme generator. So that's pretty cool. I mean, I think that we'll see some cool stuff tonight. A lot of people trying some things. I also think breakfast might just win the whole thing tonight. But we'll see. We'll see what it looks like. We were playing Boros Energy tonight. There's no Luris in our build. I will say I absolutely stole this from Dude. Devin, thanks for the sub. Devin's on a 3-month streak. Appreciate it, man. I'm not playing Luris in my energy list just because since we get Phlage, I wanted to see how good Phlage was for the build. So we've omitted Luris. And we were playing some 3s. So in the main deck, we've only got 2 Phlage and a Gut. Everything else is still good because I want Raptor to still be consistent. But post board, we obviously have some other options that are a little bit more up there in the mana cost. And then, last but not least, I can't talk about it too much yet, just because I have to still go through the details a little bit. But I'm taking a little bit of ownership of this for this year. But the end of year is back this year. I can't release any major details because some of them are still getting fleshed out. But in the next probably 2 weeks, there should be information coming out for the end of year, which is exciting. I mean, we had some people who were excited about the end of year last year. So it's cool to see it come back this year. Okay. I'm done eating. But so yeah, there's like so much we can talk about. So much we can talk about tonight. The end of year being back. The meta post Nadu. And honestly, another thing, I just spilled my drink all over my desk. That would have been bad. Another thing I'm willing to do is tonight. Oh my god, yeah, thanks, Devin. Creator Clash. Creator Clash is Monday. So Creator Clash this year is gonna, or this cycle is gonna be typal decks. So everybody's got a cool type. We made sure nothing was too broken, at least to our knowledge. And whatever, you know, I gotta win one. I'm like I'm not doing well in them. It's like upsetting me. Oh, what about end of year? End of year is back. I'll trickle some info tonight just throughout the stream, just as like questions come up with it. But I can't talk about it too much because we don't have the details finalized. But I do know some of the details. But basically, essentially, Wednesdays or Sundays, long story short, you should be playing in them. There's going to be a benefit if you're doing well in the Wednesdays or the Sunday events. I won't get into much further detail than that. But also tonight, specific end of year last year was like an invitational thing. We only had 8 players do it last year, and it was cool. But I had my own thoughts on it. I talked to the admins, and I'm taking some ownership of it. So I have some cool ideas. But it'll just be like an end of year tournament for VV that some people will qualify for and some people won't. Another cool thing tonight, just because I know there's a lot of cool feelings about Nadu being on. If you want me to look at a deck just in between rounds, as we normally go and bounce through the games, because I think we'll have time with us playing Boros. In between those games, not now, but in between those games, drop a link to a deck you want me to look at, and we'll talk about it. 21 registered tonight for a Wednesday. That's awesome. Five rounds, cut the top 8? Hell no. No, I'm excited. There's a ton of people. What's up, Moon? We are. I think a lot of people are excited about the VV meta now. I am. I'm excited to see what people are playing. There's a lot of players tonight. This is, I think, probably our largest Wednesday. It's probably up there for Sundays too, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, I'm so ready. I'm so ready to go. Play a little bit of Boros. What up, Nove? I don't know if you caught some of the stuff we were talking about earlier. We got a lot of cool stuff going on tonight. I know you know about Nadu Band. We talked about end of year a little bit, the end of year invitational, and then in between any matches, I'll look at any deck and talk about how we feel it is for the Nadu meta. So I'm excited. You missed it? I might do it. I might just do it in between rounds, so I'm not just like repeating myself a whole bunch. But there's like so much cool stuff to talk about on this stream tonight. I'm excited. The invitational info is not in the Discord yet. That's what I was mentioning. I'll like kind of talk about it with what I can, just because some of the details aren't fledged out, but I'm kind of handling it this year. And the one thing I said was just make sure that you try to do well on Wednesdays or Sundays, at least until that info comes out. All right, we're up against Viper. 22 players. That's awesome. I know I can't be. I can't. I gotta play content decks, but at the same point, like I might already be queued actually, because I know the criteria that we'll be using, and I think I'm already queued. I could actually probably search and see if you queued, because there's a way. I just have to go through all the. A lot of its results tied in, so I just have to see if we're gonna crash MTGO. Yeah, the vintage best of three is not prepared. Okay, on the play, huge. This hand's not terrible. We're on the play, so we're not going to do anything turn one, which is fine. It's not like we're going to be behind, and then we can go Amulet. So I'm so stoked, though. I'm so stoked for BB right now. I do think, honestly, I think Plasma. If I'm Plasma, I'm probably playing Breakfast, just because that's in his wheelhouse. But I think Breakfast can just win tonight. I think what can happen is that people are like, "Oh, Nadu's banned," so then, like, if you're more casual, you're like, "I don't have to worry about that," and then you'll still get turn two Breakfast. All right, so we'll just show Mountain. Viper Mulligan. I don't know what Viper's been playing lately. Oh wait, I do. I think I do because he keeps joining and dropping. I think he's playing like that mono black suicide list. Clifftop Retreat. Retreat's interesting. Ideally, we see a creature here. We see a creature, then we go Phlage. So this looks like the energy mirror. Let's see if we hit a land here. Just get some info. We get Amped Raptor. I kind of want to go after his amulet. I think we're going to. The reason we're doing it is we have a static prison in hand still. We have Phlage in hand. So we have a lot of removal. This is kind of sweet. Synthesizer into gut. Yep. Okay, discharge our Raptor. We definitely want to kill this God of Souls this turn. pay the 1 from that. We'll do Amulet now. See if we can find a land. Found another Amulet. Okay, so we will just Phlage here. Sorry, I gotta find a picture for someone real quick. Yep, another guide kind of sucks. Yeah, okay. We'd have to start doing things on the board here, though. I think we want to start with Amp Raptor, see if we hit removal to hit this Goddess Souls, and then if not, we can just prison it. Not hitting lands is kind of rough here. Da, da, da. Ugh. This Amp Raptor being as big as it is kind of annoying. Okay, him not attacking with P is at least good for us because that tells he doesn't have removal. If he had discharge or something, he could attack in after we declare, and then he kills a guy. I think we do want to pay these. Man, us not having... It would be nice if we had, like some removal here. I mean, we do have double static prison. I shouldn't really be, like, complaining too much. If we can get this Phlage in play, then we're in a good spot. No, I mean, I don't know your boss. We can play gut next turn, sack the synthesizer. Problem is, like, we just can't beat these flyers right now. Honestly, as crazy as it seems, I think we have to let our static prisms go. What the heck is this? Oh, so he's gonna find discharge. I could have got an energy there. I yielded through that. All right, we need a lot to go right this turn. We found a land. I don't think that's gonna do it. We needed a spell. We need like a discharge. Because we could have discharged, had enough to play this, bring back Phlage, kill the flyer. Yeah, I don't think we can do anything here. A little bit tough. All right, let's talk post board. Tank the fire seems good. I feel like it's more. I feel like it's like more white based. I don't like gut here. I mean, Surge is kind of fine, actually, I think. I don't like these. You know, I don't like Sanctifier. Everything's like that you care about's like white. I don't think we want anything else. I feel like we're like set up pretty well for the mirror. We have Phlage. Obviously, have a ton of removal. Oh my god. Man, I really don't want to mulligan. They mulligan to 6 also, so we'll play encampment first. Need a threat. Honestly, this is like setting us up pretty good for like Showdown of the Skulls. Not gonna lie. Yep. Alright, I'm gonna be more conservative with these static prisons this game. I'm gonna get this guy in play. We're not really doing much else. And that at least sets us up for next turn where we can, like, do the encampment play if he doesn't have anything. Which I imagine he does. He got 5 cards in hand. Feel you breathing. Yep, there's the discharge. Alright, so we need to static prison this for sure. Flooding out pretty bad. Alright, so we got a souls. If he grows the Amp Raptor, I almost want to just hit it, but like I need to see what we draw first. I didn't have a follow-up creature, which is good. Alright, that discharge can sit there for a while. Man, another amulet. Swear there's a difference between Moxfield, Goldfish, and MTGO draws. I know Moxfield, every time that I'm running like 20 to 22 lands, I always feel like I'm like, in my test draws, I never have lands. This is pretty rough right now, though. Like, we're just not doing anything. You talking about our hands, Mueller? Or... Yeah, Mockfield's hands are like terrible. We're just going through the motions here, but like, there's like no world where we're winning this game. We've drawn one spell and lands for the rest. Our opponent has double amulet. Yeah, so he's going to get his god back. Well, that is technically a card. Let's start here. Pixie's not bad. Let's start here. I mean, we look. I think we just kill this guy. So that was a pretty good turn. I feel like I missed so much from your guys' game. I see Boom Bust. We do need to start finding like actual removal though. Like us not hitting any actual like discharges is kind of crappy. That's bad. Maybe we just might be dead actually. If you had a land, he might have played a land this turn. I hadn't been looking that close. But if you had a land where he could have went Pia into that spell, we die. Oh wait. No, my math's off by 2. Oh no, yeah, but then the amulet trigger, yeah. But say I did the math, I was like, I'm pretty sure I'm dead. Well, we can't let him have this god back. Because we already got to deal with a flyer. Got to deal with Pia too. Amp Raptor's good. Brotherhood Scribe doesn't really do it, though. Phlage here would be good. Phlage would be a sweet top deck. I'm gonna pick up the Amped Raptor and try to go again. We're like pretty dead, but where's the discharge? I mean, this was a good turn. We might just be dead. What is bro doing? Is he letting me resolve my spell? Cloud Shift. Picking up Raptor. Oh, we should be dead here. Because it should just be... Yeah, I mean, unless he misplays this like really, really bad, we're just dead. Yeah, so he casts this. And he casts his Pia stuff. Now just Cloud Shifts a guy and we die. Bro, is everybody done but Corbin? Corbin's got him low though. Corbin's got 4 cards in hand. Yeah, that was super fast. Honestly though, Corbin here, 3 cards in hand. I don't know what game this is. He's got 9 minutes on his clock as a burn player. He could kill him here though. Yeah, if he has like Bolt and then like another 1-drop or even Fire Blast. Do it, Corbin. do it. Oh, what is his hand? He's got 2 cards in hand. The nice thing about Post getting flooded, though, is like he has 3 Glimmer Posts, so he gets like another post, and it's like game 5. Just invalidated Corbin's whole turn. A lot of mana. Scour for scrap. Yeah, I mean, he was going to find it. Like, he's always finding it with that. All right, how's Corbin beating this campfire? Oh, he was holding a smash. I don't know the context to the rest of the game. I feel like you could have smashed this. Like if he didn't, if he had that smash for a while, smashing this is totally reasonable. If he was holding it for like campfire or something, then because really was that 5, 4, 3? That's at least 12 life these Glimmer Posts have gained. So it's like campfire does gain life, but it's like that's at least 12 life. He just drew it. We have Academy Ruins now. I don't know if Corbin's gonna be able to win anymore. Ooh, Molten Rain. I like. A little late at this point in the game, unfortunately, but yeah, now he campfires. Lava Spike. I don't know, it's okay. At least it attacks. Dreams of Laguna. I think the one of the hardest things about playing Post online is like at some point you just like go, okay, I'm like Mindslaver locking you. But it's like too tedious and too time consuming to do online. Corbin's braver than me here too, because I would have just picked it up by now. But I'd say this is getting condescended. Gonna scry 5. Hopefully find a win condition. Corbin packs it up. Got one person who didn't report. Now I gotta wait for them. They were dropped. No shower. Good luck, bud. I'm gonna play Nove. We'll try this. So they took our static prison. We do have our raptor though. Oh my god, this is the deck. This is the give me a bunch of tokens and stuff. Masker worm my stuff. I think I actually want to scribe here. Because we can amp raptor next turn. Trespasser's Curse about to do some damage. We're going to take so much freaking damage. So we got to be able to at least push our damage through. Because Trespasser's Curse is going to be like a nightmare for us. Interesting. So we're going to make a rat and it's going to die. Oh, and it's going to do the thing. Oh my gosh. This is cool. All right, we're gonna try to push a lot of damage this turn. Well, we're gonna no longer be pushing damage. Uh-oh. So we're not that behind right now, right? We're doing okay. We have Synthesizer next turn. We're a little bit off from this Phlage. Sort of if we're doing like a more low to the ground. The one thing we haven't seen, I guess we saw white, but we haven't seen anything else that's like not mono black. We're gonna start here. Kind of sucks. Oh my god, our Samurai token's a freaking 1/1 because of the illness in the ranks. All right, things are 3/3. So we can just discharge it. Hunted Bone Brute. We're taking so much damage though. So we're gonna get some energy here. Guess we can do this now, see what we hit. It's not a bad hit. It might have been right. It might have been right to leave back Pixie. Just because we could block this and have the last card for Phlage. Oh, he wants to draw a card, probably. No, okay. That's not bad. I can't pick up. Yeah, I can't pick up a fairy. We might be okay. All right, no attacks. That's good for us. Static Prison's good. This should be more than good enough. Me has one card in hand, but he actually had lethal. I think this is good enough. We're gonna get a 1. But I think we have enough damage coming through. Well, that's a 2/4 actually. It's 1 off. Oh no, it's exactly okay. Man, that game was giving me a headache. All right, so they're pretty grindy. I want the Raven Charm for the thing. Um, I don't think I want Surge. Don't want Calamity's Wake. I don't think I want that either. Kind of like Sanctifier. I kind of just like being like really aggro-y. Seems like Phlage kills a lot of their stuff. Man, I don't really like these main deck. At least so far. These main deck invasions have been kind of mid. Look at these synthesizers too. This seems okay. Wonder what's up with this. God's pretty good. And he's on a mulligan. Changes things. So Sanctify is super awkward with Phlage, but yep. Right, we can pretty freely attack in here. We don't really have a good pickup target for Pixie here other than like Amulet. Which I guess is like another card, but it's just like kind of slow. See if we hit a land off this. Do hit a land. So God of Souls is pretty good into this deck. Obvious information is obvious. Maelstrom Pulse, that's rude. We're just kind of beaten now. This is how I figured we would be playing this matchup when we were like post-boarding. I don't know that I want to play the Sanctifier. I don't know if he's like still on Massacre Worm stuff. That was something that he was doing before. But it seems like he's more low to the ground. Blue. So we're 4-color. Nice. Read 'em and weep. We're gonna hold on these Aether Hubs then. Well, I mean, I guess we can get damage out of them. Yeah, it makes more sense to just do it now. Because we push damage this turn, and then we push damage next turn. Cold and lonely nights. That's not bad. Goes to 7. 2/2 lifelinker. Excuse me. I do like Aether Hub Brotherhood. Pretty sweet. This should be good enough. All right, GG Nove. Let's see what Plasma's doing. Let's see if he's doing breakfast. Nomads, Devoted Druid stuff. He's doing something cool at least. Oh, versus like weapons manufacturing. That's interesting. Yeah, GG. This deck's not drawn very well. I know it might look like it, but like when you Inquisition and I had like the 4 lands, like I don't know. I'm only playing 22 lands. I feel like I'm drawing really poor. I do kind of like your changes though. I like that you're like more low to the ground stuff. I think that's pretty sweet. Holding me down. Yeah, my amulets were at least finding like spells. Because like I had that one turn that was like pretty good, and then like you Inquisition, it's just like I have 4 I have 4 lands. Yeah, your colors are like all over the place. I didn't realize you were like 4 color. It's a great song. Hawkeye. I think he just gets it here now, right? Yeah, so he equips the bow. He could do the Affeto thing because he has the Tavor out. So this functionally has haste. Does the thing. You just got killed by Tybalt's trickery and then Rocksteady Bebop. I would simply be better. Yeah, the Hirobi thing seems cool. Like, it's cool that, like, when you have the Trespasser's Curse and then the thing that like kills the tokens, it's just like drain 1 a turn, and then you have like a flying 3/3. I don't think that does anything. Oh wait, no, sorry, munitions can kill things. I forgot that munitions are able to just like kill stuff. You get so much time though because of like trespassers. Like if you're against something that's killing you, like trespassers give you so much time. What are you doing, Ollie? So assumingly, plasma, since he has nomads. Actually, let's talk about this. Do we think this is just bow? Because it can't just be bow if he has druid. I think, and if it is, this is super cool. I think it's a combination of breakfast, bow, and devoted druid with like the pizza or whatever it is. What I said about Hirobi, I'll say it again. The fact that you sit through the ads is enough of a reason for me to repeat it. Hirobi, I think is really sweet because like when you have Trespasser's Curse out, it's just like bleed 1, um, and then it flips into like just a hasty flyer. So it's not the fastest, but at the same point, like in the matches, like when you need time, like Trespasser's Curse gives you time in those matches. So if you have Curse there, then you're like good. Man, we were like talking about stuff. I totally missed how this. Oh, Tybar ticked it down, picked it back up. That's pretty sweet. Pretty sweet deck. So am I understanding that Nado is banned in paper 2? Yeah, obviously. Obviously, Devin. Ooh, Drake's playing. He's playing Just Guy Scam. He's playing Just Guy Scam and might actually beat Post. At least in this game. Maybe that's game 2. Yeah. Essica's Chariot. What are we doing here? Free Strider, look out. Oh, he's playing Once Upon a Time. That's probably some budget. Yeah, they're going to recognize it. Jared at Star City already knows about it. It is now reflected in Mox Field. So you don't actually have to do anything when you're building decks to verify. Dude, Phlage is great. I'm honestly like, so I just did another order for VV stuff. But right now, because of my work schedule, it's hard for me to do a lot of paper events. Like I've done a couple local things around here, but like they don't fire as often just because it's not super popular where I'm from. Um, but I still am trying to foil things out because I love foiling things out and like the decks are cheap. So I started picking up pieces for the Jeskai control list we were playing last week. But I'm gonna wait a little bit longer for Phlage to go down because I'm gonna pick up the full art foils. So I'm pretty excited about that. Yeah, so like post meta, top 3 decks: High Tide, Green Post, and Hogak. Those are like the new pillars, right? So we need decks that beat those. And I think Jeskai Phlage can do that. Because against Hogak, you're just control deck. You swords the Hogak, you have sweepers, like you're just like, whatever. You know, like it is what it is. Against Tide, I like the Tide matchup as control. Like I don't think I've ever lost a match when I was on Ripfield. But I think if you build your deck where you're not just like all in, you'll lose game 1 a lot of the time, but your game 2s and 3s are just like way better. As long as your sideboard's built properly. So I've never actually hated that. And then it comes down to post. And like, respectfully, like, post can go suck it. Like, I hate post. But in all like actual encompassing answer of how I think that matchup is, I think that Phlage with Dress Down makes that matchup a lot better. Because they're not killing it. They're killing it with like they're either gonna try to main deck Soul Guide it game 1, or they're gonna get like a breaker in play. Which if they get a breaker in play, then like you could just Wrath and then you just Phlage again. But like the hardest part of that matchup is gonna be Trench Post, which it always is, but you actually have a threat now. And it's like, oh, I'm gonna Trench Post you for 6, and it's like, oh my god, you did 5 cards in a Phlage. So defabricate. I don't really get that card. I see people playing it. Is it just because it's cheap? Because it's versatile? It does like different things? Look out. Literally, look out. Okay, hear me out. Hear me out, chat. What if we played Green Post? Okay. We're playing Green Post. I'm about to make Green Post so much worse. What if we play Green Post? We play Free Strider Lookout. And we play Grove Punishing Fire. Corbin, you used 16 minutes of your burn timer earlier. I walked in on it. Greater Gargaroth Free Strider Lookout. Does Green Post commit crimes enough? It existing is a crime. Well, you also have to remember, too, like, Punishing Fire every turn is committing a crime, too. And in that version, I would probably play, like, 1 or 2 Thespian Stage. I mean, what's Grove at now? Like, are people buying Groves? They got reprinted and it was, like, floating around, like, 4 or 5. But, like, playing Expedition Map or, like, Ancient Stirrings, like, you can find your Grove. Like, you don't really need to loop your Punishing Fires until you need to, like, in the mid to late game. You don't have the mana early to do, like, all your loops. And maybe Post isn't even the right shelf for that, but, like, I don't know. I think that, like, Post is obviously the best lands deck. So, like, I don't know. Yeah, where's Devin at? Devin, give me a price check on Grove of the Burn Willows, please. Endbringer does work with Lookout. And the nice part about that is, since it untaps, you get 2 procs out of it, because you'll do your turn and then their turn. There you go. You got Endbringer, too. There's probably, like, another crime card you can play, too, that's, like, not trash. 597. I don't know. I think it's cool. I would play a post deck like that. Like how a lot of people are playing post is just it doesn't do anything for me. I don't think that's interesting. We don't have the huge big mana payoffs like they did in Legacy, like when I played Green Post years ago. I think Blue Post is fun too. Blue Post would be the other way that I would play. 1-2 with the Elementals deck and locals. Turns out not playing to the board well until at least turn 3 is still bad. Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that. What's up, Heidel? We're talking all kinds of stuff tonight. Actually, I haven't done this. I didn't do this between rounds because we don't have time, but we were talking the meta after Nadu bans. Anybody can share a deck, and I'll go over it in terms of what I think about it post Nadu. I also mentioned the Invitational. Not any crazy details, but you know that you want to be playing these Wednesday and Sunday events for the Invitational. I'll move myself down because we got some stuff going on here. At least Lance. And then Creator Clash Monday. Heidel is mentioning his deck, Elementals, because he has Elementals for next Monday's Creator Clash. So it's a dope time to be playing Value Vintage. I've had some games where I turn my Inquisition, turn 2 him, and die turn 3 because I neglected the board. Yeah. Sometimes you can, and it's like fine. All right, we're pulling away from this game. Dude, I don't care about Love Island. All right, so let's... Actually, why is this like this? Can I, like... Let's do it like this. Copy current address. Okay. When I'm playing that, I think I have to cut Fing Fang Foom. So looks like we got Boros Boom. I don't think you need this card anymore because of Nadu being gone. I say this a lot. I don't want to play Amtractor in a deck that has so many things that it misses. Cuz like you have 5, 7. You have 14 whiffs. 14 whiffs. So I don't know, that's a lot. Fin Fang's pretty sweet though. I mean, you get one spell off, he's a 5/7. I like the rest of the deck though. I just don't think like honestly, I like this entire deck. Make these Amp Raptors something else. Energy for amulets, yeah. What if you don't have amulet though? Like you go like Raptor turn 2, hit one of your 3s or 4s, and you don't have amulet. I know you can maybe find one eventually, or like you just bank it for like Discharge Prison, but that's just my stance. I know like there's other people who played like Green Red Initiative and they try to do the same thing, where they're like, oh, I'll do this, but what do you got? Mirror. I think this deck's illegal. Bring the Light. I don't like you playing Bring the Light in an offensive manner. Interesting coveted jewel art. Get an ardent play action. Yeah, I think it's sweet. It's just cutting all the energy reasonable, and I think the energy package is good. The thing I like about the energy package too is that um it's so cheap. So you're spending all this money on your other cards. Sunfall. Hmm. There's a lot of mana. Yeah, I mean, you can like you're you can build the deck like that. Posit just has like a kind of awkward time in the format because you're like a little too slow to just be blowing up lands, and some decks don't really like care too much. And then in the same vein, like that can't be just like all you're doing. Like you have to have a good like yikes. Oh, I know that was pretty cool, but Drake, let's talk about this Mystic Monastery. Dang, big pest infestation. I think these guys are actual vintage. Interesting. I'm against Jordan. Man, can you imagine the token that you would have got from that? I don't know what Jordan's doing. This looks like boom bust. Shit. All right, we're gonna do this just in case. I don't want to play my planes because then we go tap land, tap land. So we'll do this just in case he does have boom. Relic, okay. Oh wait, I think we watched this guy earlier. I think this is the weapons manufacturing guy. Not bad. How's Phlage Boros doing? We're 1-1. We lost round 1 to a non-Luris Boros that we didn't see Phlage. We drew terrible. It was like the worst. It was awful. I'm gonna Raptor first, just in case we hit a 3 or 4. But we won last round. We were against Nov's Trespasser Curse thing, which was actually kind of hard because I kept doing the pixie stuff, so we just kept losing life. Not gonna say no to a free Raptor. Let's see if we can land off this. It's not bad. He has saw-bladed our Raptor. Maybe I should just keep myself here. Let's discuss, chat. Do we like the new move? Oh, I don't like that. Do we think we're losing the game here? Maybe he drew his Tinker target. Star Cage. I mean, I kind of figured that was happening. Okay. We might be a little cooked on this one, fellas. The Tinker into the Star Cage was a little rough. And the fact that there's Thopter Sword, too. I mean, I guess we can hit Star Cage with, like, Static Prison, so it's not like the end of the world. Alright, so we have... Wait, does this hit? Okay, no, it doesn't. Alright, so we got a lot going on again. We've also kind of have an army in a can with this light shield array. Yep. So he's got his birthing pod. He's also just giving us a turn. You know, we're gonna go for it because there is an odd chance that we can just like kill here if we find the static prison. Okay, so now that I did that, the reason why we can push damage and like maybe not kill, but pretty dang close, is if we find the static prison, hit this, we get 1, 2, 3 instances of energy, plus 3 creatures entering, so that's another 3 procs of energy to buff the board. So it's giving the board plus 5, plus 5. Yeah, it would have been enough. We have Light Shield Array if he does have like a sweeper or something crazy. Even just targeted removal. So I could have sacked the Light Shield Array, but it doesn't really do anything because the Pinnacle Cage is coming down. We're gonna get a card off a synthesizer here. mean, that's pretty good. Do you have a counter spell? All right, so we got Amulet assembled. Yep, it's got a Sword of the Meek in play. So it's kind of annoying because you can tutor the sword for like other things now. Scribe's good. Scribe might just get it here for us. Guess who just got back today? I don't know how many Star Cages he's playing, but he could just go Star Cage here. Sack the sword, find Star Cage. Yep. So we still have the Thopter Foundry exiled. I mean, luckily he hasn't found a land. All right, I'm not going to play this just in case we get something that lets us cycle it. If we get 2 cards in the yard, we just have the Phlage kill also. We've also been through almost half the deck. Haven't seen a Static Prison yet. I think this match is going to be long, too. At least feels like it. Okay, found another Thopter Foundry. So now Phlage is not a kill. So we can do this at whatever. Yikes. Okay. That might be bad for us. Although he's tapped down. Like, we need these cards to not be good. This sucks a little bit because we don't have a target for Galv. He has no lands. He has no mana. This is our window. Dude, this Invasion of Gobakon, dude, I'm not a believer. This card has been clunky in all of the games. We're one dude in play from Phlaging and killing. That is a tough one. I don't even know where to put myself, guys. I'm sorry. There's like no room for me to go anywhere. You can't even like you can like barely tell what's going on. All right, once again, he's tapped down. Like we can discharge like our own guy at this point. Like we just need to draw any creature. I thought you would have learned by now. Well, I guess he has Moonsnare prototype. Oh. Dude, this is like actually kind of frustrating. I can't really fix this anymore, guys. This is like too much going on. Been through half the deck, didn't find a static prison yet. It kind of sucks. Sure. probably another United Battlefront. I hope our sideboard has like things to do with this. I don't even know what we board in here. I like every time it's like doing stuff, it's like shifting the entire board state multiple times. We are not technically dead off of these munitions triggers yet. Are we gonna try to bait out a counterspell? Dude, I know. This is the first static prison we've seen. So it didn't have a counterspell. Unless he just doesn't care about it. Sure. If he taps down for Thopters, then that's at least kind of good. I think we just might have him on time. Like, even if we lose this one. Oop. What do you guys want to talk about? Because this game's been going on a really long time. What's up, troll? We're playing like the most abysmal abysmal match of all time. I'm gonna be so real with you. There's probably a better way for me to do this, but I truthfully think we're just we'll win this match on time. How the game's been today? We played basically the mirror. Like, I don't know how many card mirror, but basically the mirror we drew pretty bad. We played Nove last round, who was playing a sweet Trespassers Curse deck again. And ended up beating him. Gut doesn't really do anything here. This should do it. Or no, it shouldn't. Did I get game one? This is game one. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think that even if we lose this one, that whole time out. Yeah, dude, this one's been a little rough. I'm not gonna lie. What kind of spices in the deck tonight? So this was Dude from the Discord. This was his Boros list. I cut Luris to add Phlage, so that's like the biggest thing. Outside of that, it's just kind of normal Boros energy. We have the gut, and we have some stuff in the board. It's a pretty tough one though. I think this one's pretty long. It's probably hitting our Phlage. Like, this is like ridiculous. Like, look at this. Why do I have to do this? Are artifact decks good again? They might be. I mean, I think anything that cares about living past turn 2 without interacting a ton is definitely good. Pulling when MTGO will crash. I don't have my browser open or I would. If Mark's in here, then Mark can set that up. I'm telling you, we just have to not lose in 5 minutes. If we post board, if we don't lose in 5 minutes, so we're good. Yo, Plasma, thanks for the prime. Appreciate it. Huge thank you. The more primes, the more subs I get, the less ads I gotta run. Once all of this, once whatever it costs for me to do this a month, I get from YouTube and Twitch, then I can start pulling. Maybe I just run zero ads total, because it's not like it's a crazy amount. F6 would go crazy here, bro. I got my galvanic discharge here. I might need this discharge to proc my amulet. I would like to shoot this guy. I would like to pay the energy. Huge hit. Does he have a counter spell? That ain't doing anything here. Yeah. How many people you think are watching this right now? Like in the like in MTGO? How many people are thinking like, oh, like it's the last game. It's the last round. Whoever is watching this on, like, if you're watching this on Twitch, you need to get the whole game. YouTube, you've probably skipped ahead. But if you're watching this on Twitch, I want you to know I fought for this. Too many. I mean, the funny part is this Kappa Cannoneer is killing us. Oh, dude, it's a board state. I mean, I don't even know. He has a couple untapped lands. I don't really care that much because, like, I'm pretty sure we've got it at this point. Like I said, even if we lose game one, like, he'd have time to kill us game two. Yeah, he didn't know. Dude, the guy's got no time. Phlage into Phlage. I mean, that's fine. This is really funny though. We're like having a really long turn too. Yep. Can I survive? So game one. So game one never ends. Pick up my raptor. Swing. Why don't do the auto yields or anything? Because I have not properly learned how to do them. And there's been times that I thought that I knew what the yield was doing, and then it jacked up my entire turn. But I do need to learn how to do them. That's actually another reason why I won't play rec. Because like I could practice rec off like stream, but I'm just gonna put myself right here. Auto yield any of this nonsense. So he's gonna play one artifact and then play a second artifact, and then we're gonna die. Actually, no, he just has to Thopter once. Yeah. Oh, oh, not even doing that. Please, Moto, please. Please use his 20 seconds so I don't die. I'm not moving the mouse. I'm gonna let it fall where it wants to. Oh wait, I have to hit okay. He's got 1 minute. Okay, let's check out post board. Let's bring this in. Um we'll take out one of these discharges. I think that's it. We'll just submit. We'll try that. I'll go first. I'll keep this. We got there. We did it. Should have lost, Drake. I earned that. I could have conceded. I could have conceded at any point, but we were still in the game. I think I have to report it as 2-1. Ooh, Final Defiance. They've really been on like High Tide and stuff. High Tide and Nadu. So I would assume a meta deck. Getting a little toasty up here. Not too bad though. Got last round. Hand solid. Solid hand, no notes. And I ain't no weeper. We've been the last deck, the last match, twice. What? No. What is happening? No. Our opponent is doing something unfair. No. Oh, man. Yep. All right. What do we got? So what are we doing here? Mazes and guys, what is happening? I don't think the static prison's really gonna do a whole lot. We're gonna have 0 cards for this. Actually, we're just gonna concede. I see what they're doing. So that was cool. We'll bring these Calamities Wake. I don't know. Should have been on the draw. I know. What a dude's gonna ask me like, "Hey, how did it go?" And be like, "I don't know. I I feel like the most I've gotten out of the matches tonight was against Nove. Like round 1 versus Boros, like it wasn't like it was nothing, but we just like didn't do anything. So it's just like, okay, like chalk that one up to variance type thing. And then round 2 played Nove. It was fine. And then we had a lot of game against the Jess guy deck last round, but like I'm gonna say something a little crazy. Oh, okay, there we go. It's gonna say I don't know what he's sideboarding. I feel like we got a ball for Calamity's Wake. Can't even play things on curve. All right, we gotta keep this. I know it doesn't do anything, but the fact that he kept 7, I was trying to mulligan more aggressive towards Calamity's Wake, but like this just might be like a we can't beat it. And in theory, like I'd Maelstrom Artisan, but like blow up lands, but this looks like a turn 2. So we're just gonna fade Calamity's Wake. Tap land. Okay, we have another draw. We're still showing 2 mana, which is good. I hope the IDF raids my opponent's house. That's the only way I can win this. I don't actually hope that. Hope my opponent has a really nice day. Honestly, the plus side though, I could like maybe go to the bathroom, get a drink, have some time. All right, I'm sorry. What? I don't know. I don't know what's happening. Yes, sir. You have bebopped me. What I think I have a single galvanic discharge. I don't know what he's doing, but if he like pivots into like a full 15, so here's what I'm imagining. Shardless, Primal, uh Trickery come out. Board in these, Bebop. I think there's a combo with this in like Brood Scale, maybe. I'm leaving up this 2 mana forever though. Because like I don't know what he's doing and I'm terrified. Stoic Sphinx. I don't know. I don't know. Dude, I don't know, man. This is I'm too smooth brained to understand what's happening to me right now. We're not gonna block. Because we're not gonna win if we block. Yeah, I don't understand. Like I was dead to just this is just like humiliating. I was just dead if he was doing like the normal thing. Does it have trample? Of course it does. What does he have? Alright, we're good here. Oh, that was atrocious. Alright, I'm gonna queue up Devin. I'm gonna go let my dog out and get a drink and stuff. I'll be back. right, we're back. So Devin's been really on this trudge deck. I kind of dig this this Nye initiative deck. I do think I talked about it. I don't remember when. It might have just been in like the Discord, but I do think initiative is in a better spot. That initiative's in a better spot now that Nadu got banned. I kind of want to check on Plasma again. His deck's sweet. I don't know if you've seen this deck. Oh man, he's like milled out too, basically. What is Plasma's record? I mean, it seems a little all over the place. Storm the Festival. I didn't know this card was cheap. What I want to know, I haven't really seen. I haven't seen anything that really works with. Oh, Vizier. Okay. I don't know if you need to do all the devoted druid things. Sending me a screenshot. Hey, I just played this in. I just actually played that deck in actual VV 1 point. I think if people want to play Glimpse, that's the way to do it with Champion. My deck's like not even done. I know what I'm doing, but like I haven't actually put pen to paper. It involves preeminent captain. In reality, it's just gonna be like my Stompy deck. It's gonna be like the mono white Stompy list that me and Devin play all the time. And it's gonna be, except you're powering out preeminent captain. Yeah, Catharsis is sweet. Catharsis was money whenever I was playing it. Oh, here we go. 53 cents, man. Anything under $1. I mean, I was really interested in this game, but nobody's making game action, so we're gonna pop somewhere else. Anytime anything's up, I really, I really don't want to watch this. Toad's playing. We haven't seen Toads. What is going on here? Words of the Wind. Words of Wind. So he bounces something. Okay, so he's bouncing all of his stuff. And drawing some cards. I don't think that anybody's gonna be doing anything like I don't know. That's why like my sideboard, I gotta figure it out. Cause like I feel like I'm just gonna play swords as long as I can like afford it budget wise. Because I'm in white, like there's no reason not to. Um but then yeah, I feel like I just want to like board removal. It's really gonna depend. I gotta like put it together. Because the sideboarding is gonna be tough. And maybe there's just like soldiers that like naturalize something, you know, just like stuff like that. Yeah, I think yeah, you only played against slow decks. I think slower decks are better now. I think that post is still going to be a problem, but high tide, I feel like as a mid-range deck, you can pressure high tide in a good way because you can interact and you can pressure. Hogak, you need your grave hate, and you need to go bigger. And if you're not going that much bigger, where Hogak's definitely a problem, you need to be able to answer Hogak. I'm trying to think of what my glimpse sideboard was. I don't know that Gak. I don't know if I believe that Gak is the best deck. I think it's up there, but my big issue with Hogak being the best deck is it doesn't have a good answer to Grave Eight. So like if you just like Lantern, like what are they gonna do? Yeah, they can just like play their dudes, but as long as your deck is doing something other than being like, I'm gonna sit behind this Lantern. Playing for Huskburster main, yeah, like that's a good pivot from Hogak to prepare for it. But I don't think it's insane for like post to play for Lantern main. But I say that too because High Tide has been on like two Divergent Dreams for like a lot of their stuff that they're doing. So your two main contenders for Lanterns are like decent against. And frankly, Warping Whale is really good right now too because although High Tide has a lot of instants, I feel like the impactful ones are sorceries. And being able to like Warping Whale like Stitcher Supplier or Bloodghast just seems really good versus Hogak. I just don't know what Delger's deck is doing. I might need a board less broad graveyard hate and more something that just incidentally hits Phlage. Nah, I mean, like, I still think, like, 4 Soul Guide or, like, 4 Leyline is good, especially right now. Oh, no, Plasma, you're good. I didn't think... There was just, like... There was an amount of time that you were probably thinking about it, or your play, or, like... I don't even remember the exact context, but just... There wasn't a lot happening in that instance of the game. But I think your deck is sweet. I don't know. I don't know about the Devoted Druid stuff. I think Devoted Druid might be one of the weaker points of your list. Half of the deck's Phlage to me, and what am I going to do? Bring in Rest in Peace just for Phlage? I mean, that is one of the good things about Phlage, is that, like, for the Boros deck, for example, it's, like, the only thing that matters in the graveyard. So, it's kind of, to your point, yeah, it does kind of suck. But Soul Guide Lantern handles that differently, because if I Phlage on 3, and then you Lantern it, now you don't have to really worry about Grave Hate. And as the game goes on, you might pop it for a card. Yeah, I think that's the problem with, like, well, not the problem with GAC, is, like, you have to balance it where it's like, it's like, what does your deck do? Like, what is your matchup against Hogak? What role are you? Are you pressuring them? Are you killing them, like, through what they're doing? Do you need time? So that's where it depends on, like, how you need to board versus GAC. Like, as a control deck, yeah, like, I'm just gonna slam Rest in Peace. And then just, like, hopefully sweep you once. Plasma, I'm definitely gonna look at your list whenever the event's done. It's gonna be one of the ones I'm pulling up. No, I think it's I like what you're doing with the bow plan. You're like breakfast and bow. Breakfast and bow. Ooh, can we call it that? Breakfast and bow. I thought you were doing the pizza retraction helix thing. If I could see Corbin's hand, I'm not looking at Corbin's hand. I'm not watching that kid. I don't like Ravenous Trap right now. I only like Ravenous Trap whenever it's like milling the whole deck. Yeah, let's call it Plasma's deck. It'll be Bow and Breakfast. What if it's Bowen, like Bowen? We'll call it Bowen Breakfast. Couldn't find a reliable way to get Helix. That's fair. Maybe there are just other cards that we can put in there, though, that just, like, help both plans. Like, I didn't happen to see it, but, like, did you have Trinket Mages? I'm asking these questions. Like, I'm not going to look at the deck in, like, 10 minutes. Leyline of the Void, but 2 Leyline of the Void sucks. Yeah. It's like, I'm either, like, you're on 3 or 4 Leylines. So again, there's pretty much just better than Ravenous. Yep. Had one for Shugo Bow Skateboard. Yeah, like, maybe you just play, like, 1 or 2 more. I don't even know what's happening in this game. I keep, like... I've been reading chat, and every time I look over, I'm like, I don't know. I don't get it. What is this? Oh, some cards become more powerful as you gain experience. Did you know? Right, Toad wins that game. Let's check out a different one. I can't see Corbin's hand. I didn't see Mueller's stuff at all. Mueller's playing... Oh, he's playing Boom tonight. That's right. I mean, Boom versus Blue Post. This one might be interesting. We'll say. B Simpy. B Simpy. Crazy name. Thank you for the follow. Marin was one of my favorite commanders when I played. I had a VV Nick Fitless that was playing a Marin. There's a main phase. She's also not a bad play turn 2 if you go... Right? Well, I'd have to reread her. Because if you play your turn 2 off of Vet Flare, I don't think she does anything, actually. Does she get... Do you get a counter when she enters? Or is it just when something dies? Because you can't get, like, Vet Explorer back turn 2. Oh, right, yeah. So she brings it to hand unless you have that many experience counters, she puts it to play, right? I'm remembering correctly. Yeah, I mean, it's not great, but it is like some value. All right, Mueller wins. Did you like 10 lands off the top? Come on, Corbin. Do better than that. Pre-modern taking Cabal therapy from us forever will make me sad that I never registered Nick Fit in VV. Yeah. It is funny because, like, therapy, when you think about therapy, you're like, oh, that probably would have been, like, a good answer to Nadu until you remember that Nadu just also gets the jam therapy. Oh my god, what game is this? Game 3. See what's going on here first. Post. He's a 1. We'll just check out the check out Toad's deck. Yeah, and like therapy's unique for VV because like you can't just play it in every, or let me phrase that. VV's so broad that it does really take like meta knowledge. What is this? Interesting. Yeah, Mueller, that was a good little squeeze out there. I feel like you were in a pretty good spot whenever, like when your opponent main phases Factor Fiction when they're behind on the board. You got to feel pretty ahead. Him the Torax still your favorite card? Yeah, him's pretty dope. Yeah, it's like contextual. Like therapy's really good for like perfect example is like breakfast. Like breakfast, you mill all those cards, you have fodder, and you can go for it. You're not really doing that a lot. Like Pox doesn't really want to do that. Do they play like therapies? Like, yeah, sure, they probably do, but it's like incidental. Thanks for the follow. I didn't mean to do that. My bad. So real quick, because the stream is probably going to be wrapping up here once this match ends, let's talk about some things that we talked about to start a stream. First, Nadu ban. Been talking a lot about it tonight, which is awesome. And thankfully, no one is asking about my thoughts about the ban, which is awesome. Because I didn't have to break out the sign. But we've been doing a lot talking about the new meta and stuff, so it's been pretty cool. And a big shakeup, obviously. There's no round 5. I know we have a ton of players, but anything past round 4 on a school night, we can ask about that in the future. We've never really ran into that, but most people normally vote no for anything past 4 rounds just because it's way too long. And it's actually going to matter here coming up soon, so that literally leads me into my next point. There is a end-of-year invitational happening for MTGO. I am kind of leading the way with that amongst the mods and the admins. You're going to want to play Wednesdays and Sundays, and you're going to want to do at least kind of well. There's already a lot of people that are going to be qualified. More info is going to come out with that in the next couple weeks. I just got to go through some results and get that information posted. But super excited about it. It's going to be bigger than just the 8 people that we did before. So stay tuned for that. I'm excited about it. I actually, depending on how big the tournament is, I might not play. I might just stream it and do what I did for the previous one that I hosted with Dude and just do commentary. I don't know yet. I'm thinking about it. Creator Clash is Monday. Delgura wins. All right, we'll tune back into this because it's not done. Oh wow, he turned this match around. Actually, probably would have been interesting to stay and watch. Creator Clash is Monday. Typal decks. I got soldiers. We got a lot of cool ones. Heidel's gonna win because he's playing something that's ridiculous. But everybody's got a creature type. Got to play it. That type. There's like some stipulations, like you can't play like Plague Engineer, like Witch's Vengeance. Nomad's Encore is a soldier. Oh my god. Hi, Nami girl. But that'll be cool. That's Monday. Should be at 6. Just check the Discord or have the follow notifications on for me, because I'll be going live and I'll be streaming my perspective just like these normal Wednesdays. Server might get there with dwarves. Does he have dwarves? Hi, baby. But yeah, there was a lot of cool stuff to talk about tonight. 2 subs, Devin and Plasma with the sub tonight. Big win. I will say one thing. We probably won't go through too many decks just because I haven't seen a whole lot that's like had neuron activation for me. And it is starting to get there a little bit with the time, so probably look at a couple and then just call it. What I might actually do is I might try to see if next Wednesday, I'll let anybody watching on Monday know, but I'll see if I can hash out any more details to share for the invitational. And then we'll do like a more formal announcement, through like announcements on Discord. Vizitrix wins, but not wins the match. I wish my phone was alive. So I think this is like anyone's game. So they both functionally have like the same amount of time. Sam is a minute behind, and it would, in my opinion, take him longer to win normally. Ostan, huh? No green mana though. That's not bad. So he's gonna get a card out of forest in hand. Having a forest in hand is also not good because, or, let me rephrase that. Discarding a forest means that the forest doesn't matter. I've played combo decks. I don't like even the Boros deck tonight. I try to I've been trying to play more content stuff, like obviously like for the YouTube. Um, but depending on the combo decks, like I've been open to different ones. I just typically don't brew a lot of combo decks. I normally play like aggro, mid range control, like pretty heavily. There are combo decks, which is weird because like historically, like I I was a big Splinter Twin player. Food Chain in Legacy, I I think I got 4 pro points from GPs playing Food Chain, and I cashed what GP was that? I cashed the one GP before Walking Ballista came out. My win condition was Emrakul or Vela the Nightclad. Those were my win cons. Um, Richmond, yeah, it was Richmond. Um, yeah, for how bad I do in these VV events, I've got actually a pretty good catalog of like finishes for things. I think I have 8 lifetime pro points. Um, but yeah, so like Food Chain was like my favorite legacy deck of all time. To the point where like Primal Prayers got printed for Modern, and I started foiling it out because I was like, I don't care if this deck's good, it'll just be what I play. So now it's like I have basically that deck foil for VV. What other combo decks? I like a lot of different combo decks. So it just kind of depends. It's like Brood Scale. I still gotta get a Brood Scale game. It's just I want to make sure I can win well enough online. I'm honestly only good at paper tourneys too. Devin, help remind me. I think all of my like major I think that's my only combo deck that I've like cashed or like amassed anything major with. Cause like I got top 12. Well, it's top 12 because there wasn't a top 8. They did the SCG started doing a top 12 cut. But I was 7th for that top 12. And that one was actually that was Brad Nelson, Nathan Stewart, Ingram. Like that 12 was stacked. What else have I done? That was a 4 color Omnath. Um I cast with burn. What up? Is it Cry? You want me to call you Cry? Con? Donkey Kong? Some of my favorite finishes were actually standard. Cry, what's up, Cry? Mardu. So yeah, that Mardu deck, that was during Eldrazi Winter. I played Mardu mid-range. I only played Eldrazi once at that GP between both days because I qualified for day 2. And I played Infect like 5 or 6 times. And that deck was a heater because it was like 4 Path, 4 Bolt, 2 Crackling Doom. Like there was a point where I like end step Crackling Doom to my opponent because I just needed to get cards out of my hand. I was like, all right, end of turn, Crackling Doom you. Junk Reanimator, I love you. One of my favorite day 2 finishes was I was playing in standard during Amonkhet Dominaria, and I was basically playing mono red with like Chain Whirlers, but I was also playing History of Benalias. And then I had some sideboard white stuff for the red deck that was really good. Like I had Authority of the Councils for the mirror, and then Lyra. And like that was a fun tournament. Yeah, there's 11 of us. We were the only ones who made it. I had Kalidas there too. I went Knight of Souls Betrayal against Affinity, and that was how I got my pro points for that weekend. I got 2 pro points that day. It was the final match, and we're like in game 2 or 3, I don't remember. But I Knight of Souls Betrayal him, and he like sits up and he's like, I'm gonna check my sideboard, and I was like, oh yeah. And he looks through, and he's like, yep. He's like, I don't have anything. Yeah, I saw people talking about this. The only thing I don't like about it is these are so expensive. So to get full value out of this, it's a little pricey. You know, the funny part about it is like if you got Raptor into this, it's like pretty big. Do I tell you guys more about the end of years or a point system for everyone who's been playing all year? So there will not be a point system. There will be a way that you can qualify based off of basically record on Wednesdays and Sundays. So it'll be like it's like a check of like, hey, did you do this well? If you did, you are going to be on the list that you are able to play. And it also won't be it's going to be like we tried to kind of schedule the last one. This one's going to be like it's going to be on this day. If you're available, you're available. But it'll most likely be on like a Saturday or Sunday though. Just so that way like more people would be available and there'll be like a top 8 cut and everything because it'll be more than like 8 people. It'll probably be like at least a 5-round plus top 8 cut. The end of year will be MTGO. And nothing to even queue for it, there won't be any like last year we did like paper results and like the cockatrice stuff fed into it. It won't be for this one. This is only going off the Sunday and Wednesday events. And it'll kind of like make more sense too whenever we get into like the stipulations on how to qualify. So it's like you won't even need to like it's not like I'm trying to think of how to say this. If you started now, like even tonight, if you started tonight, the way for you to queue is not extensive. It's really not. And it's not going to take you like a month worth of events or anything like that for you to like qualify. So Everything. So everything that's already happened for the year counts. So I don't know what the when the first event was for this year. But from January, whatever the first Wednesday or Sunday event, it'll count. Yeah, honestly, Plasma, like without like revealing anything, I'm like 99.9% sure that you're qualified. Can you count Richmond to your score? I would be surprised. I can't. I wouldn't guarantee it, but I would also be surprised if you weren't qualified, Drake, just from the MTGO ones. I feel like tonight's rounds have been like really long, and it's because like, and granted we were one of them, but like it feels like everybody's going to time. Yeah, I don't know because you like never play Wednesday, so I don't know really what yours would be at. That's part of the reason I got to go back and look at results. And I might do it tomorrow. What I might just do is like go back to the first one and like start going down and just like get X amount done. I just got to put it all in an Excel sheet. What time is it? Oh my god. I used to buy decks on Moto, and now I use the rental. I do card hoarders. My pricing is $5 a week. It gives me 200 ticket rental limit, and it's rented basically everything. The only thing it doesn't give me is when there's a weird obscure card that I don't have access that they don't have for the rental. Well, do you mean for like the deck list for like the pricing? Um, Sorry, I'm trying to end the tournament because it is kind of late for me also, and I want to make sure that I can. Whoop! I accidentally ended the tournament. I ended the tournament. Everybody voted for 5 rounds, and I ended it. All right. Well, anyway. Okay, we're gonna look at a couple decks here. This song sucks. I kind of only want to look at these two, to be honest with you. All right, I'm sorry. We were gonna play Corbin? Yeah, good thing we didn't then, huh? All right, let's look at these couple decks. Yeah, because you would have won my ass, bro. Okay. The other thing I've seen these before. The other thing I don't like, one, I don't like the chain lightnings. I feel like it's like maybe too much burn. Maybe it was like good. I don't know. I think these are fine. I think the mono white stompy list is really good. The problem is like, yeah, you need like dorks. Which like this has Pilgrim in the Wild Growth, so that's good. Yeah, I think you could cut like the Devoted Druid stuff out of this and be fine. It's only like a couple cards. I don't like this non-layer land though. Like this layer into non-layer land thing. I would keep working on this though. Because like you don't need to cut that many cards to like you cut Devoted Druid and like Viziers. And like you don't really need to like there's like nothing else you really like need to care about. I guess like Storm the Festival too. Okay. Couple things. Because I am gonna wrap it up. I'm starting to get a little sweaty up here. I have no idea if this deck's good or not. With the updates outside of Loris, because our matchups were weird, our games were weird. So I'm sorry, I don't have any real feedback for that. Thanks to the subs tonight. Thanks to all the new followers. Creator Clash is Monday. I think it's at 7. Make sure to tune in for that. It's gonna be a cool one. Should have more info out for the Invitational. That info will be coming out pretty soon. Just got to get some data ready for it. If you're watching on Twitch right now, these videos go up on YouTube at VVMTG. This video should be up tomorrow. If you're watching on YouTube, streaming Wednesdays and sometimes Mondays. The info will be posted in the Discord in an announcement for the Invitational, but I will be talking about it as I get more info on here also. But outside of that, it's been a long one tonight, guys. I appreciate everybody hanging out, following, and subbing. Apologies to everybody who I ended the tournament early for, but appreciate you guys being around, and I'll talk to you later.